Prometheus, sort of. Are you guys writing?
Yes, ma'am. We are here, ma'am.
Okay. Write this small program and tell me when you're done. You're waiting. Done or not? Okay. So this one is the basic structure of an HTML program. Okay. So in HTML, what you need to do, actually you need to mind that thing, like keep that thing in your mind. Okay. So once you start one tag, okay, you must close it. Like you see, this one is a tag, okay, this HTML, and I have written it here at the beginning of this whole program or this piece of code, and I have ended here. So means you start a code, you start a tag, you have to end it, start it, end it. Okay. Then this HTML code. Okay. Now this HTML code means that it's a HTML document that we have started. Okay. Now within this like within this code, or sorry, within this tag, we have this title tag, head, body, and this h2. Okay, these are visible. So now if you're going to ask that what that title means, head means, body means, I will explain one by one everything, but you need to know this thing that this is the basic structure. You started with HTML, then we write this head. Just skip this title. Okay, we write this head, and after that head tag, here comes the body tag. Here we write all the things that we want to write inside that HTML doc, okay, or that web page. Everything is written, like maximum of the things are written inside this body. And if we have to define some properties, let's say uh, that one document will be having some background color, font color will be something else, and headings, the color for the headings will be something else. So in maximum of the programs, okay, we can write those properties, only the property part, here inside this body section, and we write all the documents thing. Like if we have to write any kind of paragraph there, we used to write it inside this body part, okay, inside this body tag. So yeah, so this tag which we need to write, yeah, these tags which we need to simply end after starting it are a type of tag. I'll say its name later. And there are like another type of tag, we can find it in HTML. For those tags, you don't have to end it, you just start that tag, write your whatever you want to write it after that tag, and leave it like that. Okay, you don't have to end it. So yeah, now you guys do one thing. All of you have written this program, right? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, go to file. Okay. Then this, like, this program I have already saved it. Yeah, but still if I want to save it, just you guys go to this save or save as, whatever you want. Go to this option, then give a file name. Here my one is given. Then you need to write one extension for saving this code. Okay, so write dot, then keep the extension as .htm or .html. Both this extension can be used for HTML docs. Okay, then if you are using this notepad plus plus, it will be good for you if you um, go to this save as type and select the hypertext markup language file. Okay, which is the extended, like the full name of HTML. Okay, hypertext markup language. Now save it. My one is already saved, that's why this message is coming. Okay, and after saving it, just close this. Go to the location where you have saved it. Okay, I have saved it inside this demo folder. So here, so this one is my first HTML document. Till this everyone has done, followed all the steps.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we'll move to the coding once again. Right click in your browser page where it's showing and go to this thing, view page source. Go to this thing, click here. You will get to see the codings that you have written, whole coding. You guys don't have to increase your font size. I'm increasing it because I think it's not visible clearly. Yeah, now you see we have used this title tag here. So why we are using this title? Like, we can skip it. It will not make any kind of issues. Okay, it will not make any kind of errors also. You guys can skip it, but for this first program I have used it. So whenever we write title after HTML, it gives the title to this whole page. So this first doc is visible here. You guys can see it, right? We have saved the file. My file was saved as the name of new1.html, but here I can see this thing, the first doc, as the title of this page. So that title tag works here, this part. Everyone can see that in their own browser, right? In your own browser, it's visible now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but now you see when we have clicked on view page source, then the program is shown here, right? This one is the output and this one is the program, but here you can see the name as new1.html, the name which I gave for saving this document. So title comes, it means title comes whenever we run that page. Now let's move to this head part. So head part is there. Yeah, I have already told you that in this head part we can write the properties, but we have not written any kind of properties here. We have simply left it what, blank head. Then after that we went to the body, and I have already told you that inside this body we write whatever we want to write inside this whole document. So here inside this body part I have given this h2. This h2 stands for heading number 2. So we can find, okay, we can find 6 types of headings. in HTML. Okay, so if I go to the document, okay, just wait. Yeah, if I go to this document, let's go to this notepad and edit it here. Yeah, you guys can copy paste these things with me. I'm going to paste it for 5 more times. The last one, yeah. Now change these numbers of after 8 from 1 to 6, and the change will be visible to all of you. Just change it. Okay, one more time I have to copy paste it. Wait. Now do the same changes here also. Like you can't write here h1 and h2 here. This is not valid. Okay. This one is 2 only. This one will be 1. Then again heading 1 2 3 4 5 here. Then again go to file. Save this file. Okay, you need to save this file, but not save as not only save, you have to do it save as. Like each and every time you edit any part of a word document here, okay, for HTML, you need to save it again and again, then only the changes will be visible. Otherwise you keep on doing the change, but it will look like the same only if you don't do save as. This part is important. Oh, sorry, this one will be yes. Done. Everyone has done their changes. From heading 1 to heading 6, everyone has written it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Done the save as part as well with the proper extension. Don't miss that part, otherwise the changes will not be visible. Now let's do one thing. Close this and refresh it. Wait. Just wait. Okay, I'll close this. I'll go here. Open it. Yeah. So this is the output. H1 will give you the highest of the headings, okay, highest level of heading, and H6 is the lowest one. So in our first program we use the heading 2, this one. So this is how you give headings in HTML. Understood, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. It's very simple. Now, what if we want to color in this page? Okay, or color in this lines. We can have some different attributes here. Okay, so we'll be using those things. So this was just the basic of HTML, just a basic. So moving to the next topic, just wait. Okay, so I'll be sharing the screen. So after this basic structure of HTML, we have blocks and inlines part in our syllabus. So as I have already done these programs, okay, because I have already taught this subject for like 5-6 batches, okay. So I will not do these programs again and again. I'll simply show you. You guys will learn it from here. Then if you guys have any kind of doubts, then you guys can ask me. So see, this one is the first program for the blocks and inlines part. Okay, so after running this program, you guys will be able to see the output, but just wait for once. We'll learn how to like add this properties in the body part and all those stuffs here only. Just wait, huh? Yeah, now it's ready for all of you to view the program and understand it. Okay, so it's visible to all of you. Screen is
Yes,
visible
ma'am.
to all of you. Yeah. So you see here, at first this doc type HTML is written. Okay, so this line represents, or this thing represents that it's an HTML document. And after that we have written this tag, head. Yeah, so I told you all that if we have to like give some color or do something with the things that we write inside this body part, those things, those properties we add it here inside this head part. Okay, like maximum of times, but you guys can write it here also. No error will occur, but simply your code will become more complex here. So the styling purpose or the properties that we use here, that's why we prefer to write it in this portion. Okay, so you see the style tag, actually this has been borrowed from CSS. Okay, which we will learn after this HTML. So this tag within this tag we have used this address, then we have written the property that address will have. So it's written that display then colon block, means that address will come as a block of code, or the things that we write inside that address element will come as a block. Okay, and font style for this address will be in italics. Okay, after that the style tag is closed so as the head. Now here comes the body part. So inside this P tag is used. Now you ask what this P stands for. It stands for paragraph. Okay, so the sentence or the line that we have written inside this P tag, this and this will occur, or this will come as a paragraph, look like as a paragraph. Okay, now here we have used this address tag. Within this we have written something, then we have used this AHREF. Now you ask me what this tag stands for. This tag stands for A means anchor, and HREF, this hyperlink, this one is for hyperlink. Okay, whatever you write in between this AHREF will come in blue color, and it will have like one underline. Okay, it will simply blink, it will create one hyperlink there. You all know about hyperlinks, right? Everyone knows about hyperlink or not?
No, ma'am.
You don't know? Okay, so hyperlink is uh just think that you're surfing through internet. Okay, you're surfing through Wikipedia. Then you're, let's assume that you're searching for one topic of some tree or something. There you got in the, like, after going into that page about that tree, there you can find one thing, the topics those are linked with this tree. Let's say that this tree comes under this class, this section. So after that class name you will find that there is one line under that word, from where you can click there and go to the page of that part, that class, about that class. So that thing is known as hyperlink. Okay, understood everyone?
Ma'am, will you repeat, ma'am, kindly?
I've said that, let's say you have searched something in net about something. Okay, then about that thing one Wikipedia page comes out. Okay, so when you are searching about that thing, inside that page you get some relative words or relative things which are related to that thing. Okay, and under that, those names, you can find what, one blue line out there. So while clicking on that word you can go to the page for that thing, that particular thing. So that blue line, how they comes with this thing. href. That's what known as hyperlink. Okay, so here in this hyperlink thing, one mail id is given. Just ignore this mail id, it's a random one. And then um, name of one person is given, and after that this anchor tag is closed, and br this br is, yeah, this br tag is written here. Now before starting, like at the starting part of the class, I have told you that not all tags are need to be closed. Some of them you can just leave it like that. The most frequently used one of those tag is this br tag. You don't need to close this tag, you just write it here, it's done. This br means break, it is used for line breaking. And this tag is known as empty tag. Okay, and the tags which are started written something inside that and you closed it, these are known as container tag. It contains something inside it. Understood, everyone? Are you guys following whatever I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Gunjan বুঝি পাইছা? Tomo, Gunjan, and the rest students who are there.
Ma'am,
Know
your
me?
voice is breaking a little.
My voice is breaking.
হয় ম্যাম অলপ ভাঙি ভাঙি আহিছে
Acha. Okay. Let's do one thing. I'll leave and join once again. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Am I clearly audible to all of you?
Still breaking, ma'am.
Still breaking. What about others?
it's fine from me ma'am
Okay. Lomi, have you understood?
yes ma'am
Okay. So, I have given the concept of container tag and empty tag, the basic of HTML of an HTML document here. So now we have started the part blocks and inlines here, and this one is the first element that we are using, that we are learning about, which is address. That how can we write address in a web page? Okay. So now after these lines, screen is visible, right, to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
yes ma'am
Yeah, okay. So you see after these lines we have again used this break tag. It simply give us separate lines. That's what known as that's what line break is. And at the end of the whole thing we have closed this address tag, address element, where we have started it here, ended it here. Again we have written one line as a paragraph, which is we change the default css settings to see the effect. Yeah, we can change the default css settings. Settings are written here. Okay, as I already told you that the style has come from the css part. Now we have written the whole thing here inside this body, right? So we have closed this body tag, and after that at the last part we have closed this html tag. Okay, and we don't need to close this tag because this one, the first tag, okay, the first thing or the first line, whatever you call it, because it's written as one comment. Okay, whenever we need to write comment within an html document, you need to start this angular bracket, then give one exclamatory mark or exclamation sign, then write whatever you want to write and close this triangular bracket. Okay, it will not be regarded as a code, it will be regarded as one comment line. So this whole program has been elaborated to all of you. Anyone having any issues with this program? Any doubt, anything? Or I'll simply show you the output of this one. Just ask me.
No doubt, ma'am.
No doubt? Okay, fine. Then we are good to go to the output part. I'll close it here. And you see, this one is the output. Okay. So as I said that we have used this anchor tag with hyperlink there for this Dinesh Verma name. So it's showing like that. But unfortunately, we have not created any page for Dinesh Verma. So even if we click here, it will not take us to anywhere. Okay. But if we had one page for this name, this person only, then if we have linked it here, then what it would have taken us to that page. Okay, understood? So this is how one block looks like that we have given. The address will look like as a block. Okay, and this things, the lines or the details of that address comes in italic form. Understood, everyone? And this is how one paragraph line will look like. This is how. And as we have used this break tag here, so that's why all these lines are coming separately. Understood, everyone? I hope everyone has understood. Yeah. So moving to the next one. Okay. You don't have to take any kind of screenshots of those programs. Programs will be provided after completion of these topics. Okay. Don't take any kind of screenshots. You don't have to take it. Now you see. Yeah. So again, I will not explain these three things again. Simply starting from here. So the style is taken or from CSS here. For this aside tag, we have given some properties, okay, with some values. Yeah. So this thing was left in the first program, that this width is known as a property, and after this colon, right side part, whatever we write here, okay, this is known as the value for that property. So width is the property which is having the value of 30%. Padding left, this one is used for the margin purpose of anything that we write inside one document, and this one is for margin left. So these are the properties for padding and margin of left side. Okay. Float is another thing, okay, for which some property is written. And font style, you all know about font, right? What do you mean by font? Can one tell me?
Ma'am, in which style the alphabets will be written?
Yeah, this one is a font, right? This one is a font style. I don't know the name of this font style, but this one is. Yes. So font style is again given as italic. Now, here comes the background color. So background color is written like this. Background, then you put one hyphen, then write color, and green background color is given this. Mind one thing, after writing any property, okay, you must give semicolon, otherwise error will occur. Okay, just like in other programming languages. So after writing these properties, the style tag is closed, head is also closed. Here comes the body part. So inside this body part, as we already know, h1 is the highest level of heading, right? So some heading is given and paragraph is written by using this p tag. Yeah. Then there what is used? This aside element, the thing for which we have done so much of hard works, right? Above here. So aside. So inside this aside element, again one paragraph is written, and then it's closed. Aside is also closed. Some two more paragraphs are written, then body and the HTML, these things are closed. Now we'll move to its output. That actually how this aside thing looks like, what it means actually. So before moving to the output part, can anyone tell me the meaning of aside? Keep it aside, what it means? What do you mean by aside? It's a simple word.
Keeping something
Apart from something,
on the side.
right? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So that's what aside element also means. The means in our output we will see something aside. Okay, so let's see what is there. You see, this one has been kept aside from this whole paragraph thing. Okay, and the properties that we have written inside this aside element, here we have written this one aside, and we have written all the properties for this aside part, right? So this font style, italic, background color, padding left, margin, floating means like how to make you understand, like whatever you write, okay, it will show, it will float on that part. Like if we write this float left, then it will float on left part, that whole aside block. Okay, so all these properties are written not for the whole document, yeah, but for this aside thing. Understood, everyone? And why this style with CSS is written? Because we have used this style property of CSS here. Okay, you will get to see it in each and every program. Understood? Totally understood the whole part, each and every line of this document?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So moving to the next element. This is the first class, that's why I'm going a bit slow, because those students who already know HTML, they can like, so that they can recall the things, okay, after looking at all these small codes. Yeah, so moving to the next element, which is known as block quote. Quote is what you all know, right? How does one quote look like? कोट्स क्या होता है? दिखने में कैसा होता है कोट्स?
Quotes are few lines.
Yeah, some lines or statements which are written inside inverted quotes. Yeah, inverted commas. So that's what quote is. Now we'll see what block quote means. Okay. So inside this style, okay, which is written inside this head, and head is written inside this HTML. So inside this style, some property, one property for quote is written, that margin left, margin from left side will be 0, and then styling is done. Now inside this body, let's keep all these things because I have already told you H1 is heading, P is for paragraph. Let's move to this one, this element block quote. Cited here, this cite attribute is used where one address for one web page is given, and after that some things are written, some lines are written here, then block quote is what? Closed. And so are the body and the HTML. Now we'll directly move to the output part. Then we'll try to relate this whole code part. Yeah. Any changes, anyone? If any changes are here. Any changes? Is it not visible to you? If this change is not visible to anyone. Okay, I'll tell you. You see, what we have written here is we have taken this whole thing, this whole lines from this web page. Okay, and we have written it here. So what whenever we take some things from some lines from a book, directly from a book, what it is known as citation, right? Right or wrong? You guys know about citation, right? Copying directly from somewhere without making any kind of any changes. So what we did, we have copied it from that page and we have written it inside this block code so that it looks a bit separate from this paragraphs. Yeah, and it's looking separate from paragraphs, right? For this paragraphs, this line are short. Yes, one paragraph is written like we have written one sentence using my paragraph code, then we have written second sentence as well using paragraph code, but the lines that we have written inside this block code, these are what looking like this, continuously coming, no line break, nothing, simply you can see this one is a block of lines, some lines. Okay, it's a
Yes, ma'am.
small element that you can use for the, writing some codes or something like that. Now moving to the next one. Next one is the canvas element. Oh yeah. Now within this element we have one small part of JavaScript code which actually I will skip for now. Okay, whenever we will learn JavaScript, then only we will discuss these things there. Okay, I'll simply give you one brief explanation about this whole thing. So now let's move. You all know about canvas, right? Everyone knows about canvas, like maximum of the students. Do you all know about canvas? Why a canvas is used? Does anyone know? Nobody knows about canvas? ক্যানভাস কি হয় জানেন না?
ক্যানভাসের ভিতরতে ড্রয়িং করে না?
Yes, that's what canvas is. It is used for drawing purpose. So we'll create one canvas and we have given some property for that canvas here inside this style tag. So you see written that border will be of 1 pixel. Now whenever you write about some amount, it will come in pixels in here in HTML. Okay, like border, this will be of thickness of 1 pixel. Okay, and will be of solid black in color. That's what the property for canvas border is written here. After that, you see for this canvas one ID is created and the ID name which is given as my canvas. Now this ID name, it will come in the later part. You just need to know that This one is canvas ID name. My canvas is the canvas ID name. Okay, here this canvas tag is closed after writing something here. Then we have used a script tag. Now whenever we need to write JavaScript things or any scripting language inside HTML document, then we simply write this script tag. We write our code about that scripting language. Okay, then after the code is over for that scripting part, then we close the script tag. So here these things, one variable is taken in JavaScript, then this is one mostly used, just know it as a thing till now, written here. Canvas ID is written here. Then as the canvas always looks like one rectangle, so the rectangle will have 4 sides, right? So the numbers are given here, the values for the 4 sides are given here. Then the rectangle will definitely have some spaces inside it, so that space is filled with this color. Okay, this one is a color code. And after that the script tag is closed, one paragraph is written, then body and HTML are closed. Now we'll move to the output part for this canvas element. You see, for this whole canvas one block is created, one actually not block, one box is created. Yes, and it is not covered with this red color. The whole box is not covered as the red color, like in the red color. How many portions are covered? Like this whole thing is covered but not the whole part. Why? Because you see, we have given this value here, like not, we have not given the value for like the for this whole box here. Okay, so it has took these values and colored this portion. Okay, and this one is the color code for this red color. Anyone having any question about this canvas tag, or I can move to the next element? Gunjan, Tomo, Lomi, Durjoy, Ruhullah, Pramathesh, Usha, and who else? Wait, let me check. Pushpras,
Yes, ma'am.
understood everything? These
Yeah.
are very basic things. एकदम ही सिंपल सा चीज है ये. So I can move to the next topic, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, the next element is the fill set. Okay. So here inside this style, the property for fill set is given as some background color. Okay, having some color code. Then one legend is created. Now you will see what a legend is. For this legend also some properties are given, padding as well, and for this input thing some margin is given. Now we'll see what a fill set is. I think at first I should show you the output for this one, then only you guys will be able to know that what a fill set is. Yeah, now it will be easier, na? to understand? I think. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you see here, for this fill set, some background color is given. Okay. And that background color is this one. This big rectangle you see here, this one is the actually fill set thing. Okay, the block for this fill sets, and within this we have these fields. These are known as fields where we will input something. Okay, understood everyone? Okay, now let's move to this legend. So this personalia which is written here inside this small box, this is known as legend, and it has got its own property. As its background color gray, the color for font is written as white. Now let me say you one more thing, that we don't write the font color as font font, then hyphen, then color. We don't write it like that. If we write color, then give one color name, that it means in HTML, it means that we are giving certain font color. Okay, just keep that in mind. Those type of things are only asked in exam. Now padding, yeah, so some padding for this whole box is written here. Padding means the distance from the from all the sides. Okay, so here two paddings are given, 5 pixel and 10 pixel. So I'll simply go to these things whenever we will be discussing the about table. Okay, this will come there. I will not explain it now. Now input. So for this inputs, you see these fields are here. So whenever we'll click here, we will see what one line is blinking here. Okay, so how like how much space will be there inside this box. Okay, so this is what written in input. This is the margin, okay, for input, which is 5 pixel. Till here understood, everyone? I think everyone of you have understood these things till here. Properties, all the properties.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, now moving to the form. Okay, so this one is a basic form. Okay, so whenever you're creating one form in HTML, you need to write this form action thing. Okay, then you have to write this thing, action page.php. This page is not available here, but you are supposed to write it. This is, just take it as a syntax. Okay, you must include this thing. Now here comes the fill set element. Okay, here as we have written about the legend, so at first we are writing for this legend tag. Okay, so legend here written this personalia, you can see, as I have already said, that this one is the legend part. Legend means one small box will occur, then inside that you can write something. Okay, now as we have created these fields, okay, we need to write some labels for these fields. Okay, so for this first field that we are going to create, we have written label, then for this field we have given the label as f name. Then here, after closing this triangular bracket, we have written it as first name, then close it. Now we have given the name for this one, this label. Okay, we have to insert some data to these fields, right? So what type of data will be inserting? So here comes the input type. Input type means the what type of data we are going to give as input. So input type is here written as text, because for the first name for the first name we are not going to enter any kind of numbers, right? We'll be writing text only, so that's why it's written text here. Now the label name, okay, here what we have written is the same name as the id name, so this one is written here assigned with this id. And again the name for that input field is given as f name. So for this first part, for this label, like from this label tag, this label has been created, and from this input type thing, okay, from this tag this field is created. Now break is used. Again the label for this last name is given, and input for this input purpose this input type is written. Now till like till here it's same only. Let's move to this birthday thing. So here you see label for birthday, this birthday is written, and input type you see here. Someone is saying something over. Okay, Linpack. What about other students? Shall I type these codes and explain, or I should write it before the class starts and explain?
Ma'am, I think what I think is the best thing is that you beforehand let it be written, it's fine, but after that you just put a hash and just put a comment that okay, this statement means this, or this statement
Acha,
will do
okay,
this.
okay, yeah. So you are
That is
meaning that
better.
I
So
should write the comment lines, okay. Means you
yes,
see one
comment
thing.
will
Yeah.
help so much.
I got it. Even I got your point also, Linpack. But you see, this course is like we need to write so many codes na. If I start writing coding, it will take more time. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it will take more time. That's why I have already written all these codes which are needed for this syllabus. Okay.
Ma'am, kindly before submitting the HTML files, kindly just put a comment, okay, ma'am,
Yeah, I'll try to do that.
in the important things.
Linpack, you do one thing. You just simply ask me what like whatever you don't understand. Okay? Because for like in this whole class, if I need to fill a target for 10 programs, it will not be possible to write each and every program. You need to be concentrated in this class, then only you guys can understood each and everything, because these things are not as tough. Okay, so now you see for this birthday thing, yeah, okay, so birthdays always comes in date format, right? Birth date, like birthday is a date. So for showing this date, we need to have one calendar, but we don't have the input type as calendar, but we have it as date. Okay. So when we have written this input type as date here, it will show us the calendar, and we can go there and click on the birth date. The ID name, as I told you before also, that it comes same as the label name only. So this is it for this birthday. And now for the submit button, you can create button here, and you can create field for submit also. Creating submit button is not included in this part, okay, not in blocks and inlines. We have this in different part. Now for this program we have created it as a field, and we have given the input type as submit and value for this input type as submit as well, because here you click it means what, all the things that we have written here will get submitted. Okay, then we have closed this field set tag, and then we have closed this form because we have started everything that we have written inside field inside this form only. Okay, then after that we have closed this body and the HTML tag. So this is what this whole fill set element is. Okay, now moving to two more tags. First one is the figure, and next one is, actually the first one was fig caption, next one is figure, but we'll move to the figure at first, then only we'll move to this fig caption. Okay, so figure is the tag which shows some figure. Okay, as simple as that. And fig caption is the tag which is used for writing captions for any figure. So you see here, for both of these two tags are included inside one program. At first we can see the properties for this figure. Some border is given, then some color is given, padding is given, and margin is also given. These are the properties for padding and margin. Values for padding and margin. Then inside this fig caption, the properties for fig caption, the caption for this figure is given. So it will have certain background color, font style, padding and text alignment, which is in center. Then let's move to this body part. So inside this body part, skip this h1 because you all know about h1. Here this figure element is used. Then here we have used imgsrc tag. What it means is image, img stands for image, src stands for source. So imgsrc, it will give us the image source. As I have already kept the image here, this one is the image inside the same folder. So what I'll do here is I will simply write the name of the image as it is and with its proper extension. Then we will use this alt or alternative attribute here. Say if this image is not visible in the web page, so this alternative thing, the word or the line which whatever is written inside this alt will be showed. Okay, then style for this image is given. Here written that this one is the property for this image only, that here the width of the image is what, 50% is given. So this is all about the image. Okay, repeating once again that as I have kept this image inside the same folder where I have kept all these programs for HTML, that's why I'm simply writing the name of the image along with its proper extension. Next we are writing this fig caption tag here or element here. Here I have written fig1 and then I have written the name of the image inside this caption part. Then I have closed this fig caption and closed this figure as well. Then body and this HTML tag is closed. Now we'll move to the output. So you see, this is how with 50% of this image will look like. And the below what it's written, this one is the fig caption and this one is the figure. Understood everyone? Lomi, understood? Gunjan, Bujisa, Tomo,
Yes, ma'am.
and what about other students? I have forgotten your name. Pushparaj, understood?
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Okay. Next, we'll move to header. Okay. Then only we'll move to footer part. So, do you all know about what header and footer is? You guys have learned it in MS Word only. It's there in MS Word. Like in class 4,
Header is
class 3. Yes, tell me.
ma'am,
Who is replying?
something that is
Who
written.
is answering your name?
Pramathesh.
Okay, Brahmatesh, tell me.
Something that is there in the upper side above the margins is
Okay.
header,
Okay. And footer
and
is
something below
below.
below
Yeah,
the
yeah.
margin.
That's what header is. Okay. So at first we are using this header element here. Okay. So inside this body, this header element is written. Inside this header element, one heading and one paragraph is written. Okay. So you see, yeah, so we have used what? Header, right? So this is what a simple header. Okay, a basic header will look like. This is what it is. It comes at the above part of this document or this web page. And footer will move to the last element that we will discuss in today's class, which is footer. Just wait, huh? Just wait. Okay. So this one will be the last element that we'll be discussing in today's class. Then we'll end our class. Okay. Audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you see, for this footer, one class is used. Okay, this one is known as a class where we use this dot, and these are the properties for classes. Okay. Now just leave these whole things. Okay, now just leave these whole things because these things will learn at the last of this HTML course. Okay, these things are not necessary now. What is necessary for us is footer. So you see, for this footer, some text alignment is one style of text alignment is used here, which is center, then padding and background color and one font color. So we'll simply run this program and we'll look at the below of this document what's there. Okay, now you see here, leave this whole coding. You don't need to understand anything from these classes now, right now, for first class. You see here, footer, one paragraph is written, then what, one hyperlink is created. Okay, and this hyperlink includes comes within this paragraph. Okay, that's what you all need to know. I'll run it. Wait, I'll run this program. Yes, leave everything. Okay, all the classes that has been created, Leave everything. You don't need to focus on these things. This thing which is written here inside this salmon color block written in center, this is what looks like, this is what known as footer. Okay, it holds the footnotes about some name of authors, some links, anything. Okay, so this is what footer is. So I hope everyone has understood till now, till this footer. Yes, Usha, have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What about Durjay, Pramatis,
Yes, ma'am.
Pushpas, Kunjan, Lomi, Ruhulla, Linpak,
Yes, ma'am.
Saurav?
Understood, ma'am.
Ma'am, although not everything, but yes, something.
या समथिंग होने से भी चल जाएगा. सब कुछ समझना नहीं है एक ही दिन में. ठीक है, एक ही दिन में कोई
Yes,
भी
ma'am.
टीचर नहीं बन जाता है. एक दिन में थोड़ा थोड़ा समझ के जाओ, हो जाएगा. उन सबको मिला के हो जाएगा.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So everyone, open your front camera. I'll be ending this class 3 minutes before. Okay. Give your attendance. Lovely faces of lovely students. Okay, Ruhulla and Lomi, your faces are not visible. Saurav, your face is not visible. Some dark color is coming. Okay. Wait, just wait. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave the class. Okay, it's done. Thank you so much. We'll meet in our next class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.